Because niggas can go from, it's crazy, you go from $40 to $4,000.
Right.
Easy.
So the best 2 rides that just popped out of nowhere, yo. In this month, 2 months and a half, been this dog right here, brought out that Crown Royal riding that ride big.
All 3 pretty good. And it changed my mind as far as the sour being my number 1.
Like the Sour Mash is no bullshit team. Like Cleveland is a threat.
I wasn't a fan of you, brother, but you showed me a lot. Just like with the Sour Mash. It showed me a lot just now. Chris Paul is the Sour Mash.
One day, just throwing it in the atmosphere, having a whiskey chasing spot.
Here's good people in peace, love, and bourbon. Yeah. Mic check. Yeah. The Whiskey Chasers Podcast. We back, y'all. It's your man, Charlie Bourbon.
Invisible Bully.
Forcer here.
And it's your boy Justo.
And as usual, we gotta give a shout out to our crew that's not here.
Sure.
Shout out to Bougie Yo. Shout out to Backpack and Be on the Camera.
Yes.
Man, it's a good look. We back. It's a Whiskey Wednesday,
Shout
y'all.
out to No Social
Social.
Media
It's
Kyle.
no social media. Kyle, how could I forget my ace?
We ain't gonna forget about him.
Yes, sir.
Taking care of business, but he's with us.
Yeah,
He's
my
with us.
ace, man. That dude there. I love him.
He said do a shot for him, so that's what we gonna do.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
gonna do it. We gonna do it. Can't forget that. But man, how you guys feeling, man? It's a Whiskey Wednesday. You know, we back in the studio, getting ready to kick this thing off with some special looks. You know, how y'all feeling?
Well, I'm excited right here because I'm excited for today's guest. I've been talking to High West Double Rye all week. I've been a High West fan all week for the last 2 weeks actually. So
Okay.
I'm excited for this new release.
Okay.
Same here.
sir.
I'm feeling great this week.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling
I'm
great.
kind of in my feelings a little bit because we missing No Social.
Yeah.
And, no social is hard because this is his joint. Double Rye High West is his joint.
Yeah. I gotta address this way when the visible talks. You know, I gotta address.
Yeah.
He's here.
Guessing.
He's here, but you
Switch up
can't
orders.
see him. Now you see him. Now you don't.
I mean, look, man, that's the problems of being invisible. You never know where the motherfucker at.
Right. Exactly.
You mess around, go to the bathroom, and you think you talking to him. He out there somewhere.
Right.
So it's all
Right.
good.
Right.
It's a great superpower to have.
Yeah, evidently.
Sometimes you might scare the out of you. But
Did y'all
man,
get
you
anything
know,
this week? What y'all get this week? Any major acquisitions? Before we get into the special guest.
Right. Nothing on my end. Nothing super major. Not on my end as far as fines.
On my end, as stated before, I had the High West Double Rye store pick that was suggested by the enforcer. I
Yes, sir.
copped that, and then I copped the Blue Run High Rye.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
That is
Good acquisition.
Solid.
And 2 weeks ago, I copped I bought the Sam Houston 15 years. So I had a good week.
Okay.
Next week will not be so good.
I'll
I'll be on time out. I'll be on
taking a
time,
break.
absolutely.
Okay.
I did pretty good. I jumped out there with a Scotch, Abalore. I think it's Abalore. I'm not even gonna try to give the name after that, but it's a real nice $100 price point. Reached out to a couple people. They said it was solid. So look out for that one coming up on the podcast. But let's jump into what we got for.
Hold on, Bully.
We would.
Did you find anything?
And I was pretty dry this week. It was a little vacation week for me, so I got to get some fun in the sun going.
Oh yeah.
So now I'm back in action. I'm back in action.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what's
Good to see you. Glad you're back.
Yeah, glad you made it back
something-
safely.
You got something on your face. Yeah, you got it.
I got it. Before we go to the special guest, though, I gotta shout out my man because I'm loving the hat. You know, represent.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Gotta-
shout out to the Common Minds. Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I had to bring it out for the day. Common Minds Clothing.
they've been in requests
with
too.
'em.
They've been in requests. I gotta get on my stuff and get them back. But let's get into it.
We have here today
Okay.
fancy label out of the High West family. This is the High West High Country release.
They've been talking about this a lot. I've been seeing it bouncing all over the internet. I'm kind of like High West. I'm a little 50-50 with. Now I do like the double rye. Is the High Country supposed to be what? High rye? I ain't had a chance to really look it up.
This one, we know they're known for their blends of rye, and then they have
Right.
their bourbon blends. But this particular one is their version of the American Scotch. I mean American malt.
I seen it's a
Whiskey.
single malt.
Yeah,
Okay.
Single malt, and this is their first bottle out of their company, out of the High West
Right.
Distillery, because you know there are other brands we talked about already, Double Rye, the Bourne or Bory, I always mess that up, on American Prairie. All of those were
Gotcha.
MGP. I'm sorry. This one, their first stab at it, High West Distillery.
Okay. All right.
And this is Utah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't seen too much from
Park
Utah,
City, I believe.
except for the Jazz. The only thing I know is Stockton to Malone, so I'm excited to see something different from Utah.
Okay.
Yeah, like you said, this one, they've been talking about this one.
Mm-hmm.
It just made its way on this side, on the East Coast. I believe it was first released in Utah, strictly there.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year, it's starting to slowly make its way to the different areas.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of
I
people
saw
like
it. I
that.
said, why not? I'm a High West guy. When I kind of read up on it, I said, why not? Give it a shot. And I get to expand on my single malt whiskey game. Because I'm used to hearing with single malt. I'm used to hearing single malt Scotch. And
Right.
in this particular one, straight single malt. So,
Hopefully this can make us a little bit more fans of Scotch.
Well, single malt.
well, again, this one isn't the Scotch one. This is just the single malt whiskey.
Right.
Versus the single malt Scotch, like your Glenlivets and your Balvenis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The only other malt that I can remember offhand was the old line. Like I couldn't think of any other brands that are malt.
The Japanese
specialized
whiskey
in
tends to be like a single malt. Honestly, it reminds me of Scotch.
I'm always a fan of like people doing stuff for their hometowns. When we talk about it being from Utah, I was looking at something. It was saying the name of this comes from them naming it after where they're from for High Country for this particular one. So kind of how they made, the proof 83 proof on that Sagamore, because we got our 83 here. I think it's good when you take something back to where you're from. So we're gonna check out this Utah piece and see what it's hitting for.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, this is, if you notice on the bottle, for those of you that can't, it says limited supply. This is one of the ones that you won't see this one on the shelves for much long. Like this is one of their limited. I believe the Rendezvous Rye High West is limited.
Mm-hmm.
Campfire, I believe.
Campfire is a limited release.
Yeah. Even though I think we all can agree that when I love High West,
Yeah.
Campfire is atrocious.
Yeah.
Stay away from the Campfire. Stay away from
The
that.
Rendezvous and the
it's another one
I think Smooth Ambler. Rendezvous is definitely decent. They got a couple.
Yeah,
But I really got a couple.
got
American Prairie was nice.
Double Rye.
Yeah. I guess I'll retract my statement. I like them more than I don't like them. I'll say that. I'm more with 50.
They're midwinters. They got the midwinter Drom that the Yippee Ki-Yay, that was discontinued. I think that one was probably one of my favorites.
That's one of Bougie Yo. One of his joints was the Midsummer or Midwinter Night Dram. That was one of his recommendations.
So first of all, on the nose, man, I smell the peat. I smell it's kind of peaty.
You smell the what?
The peaty. It's kind of peaty.
Oh,
He's saying peat.
What the hell? I smell the peat.
But see, the peat is like for Scotch though. Like, I smell like I do get a single malt kind of smell, but I don't get peaty.
I get earthy. Like it's
Quick point of order with malt. I don't want you guys to think we're talking about malt liquor. Like we're not talking about malt liquor. Malt, like the malt, the barley grain. This is point of order.
Somebody on up there, like, where my Still Reserve at?
We're not talking about St. Ides, Still Reserve, not that malt liquor. Malt, like single malt, distilled in a pot still of malted barley. Point of order. Let's get back to this now.
Yeah, I do get that single kind of.
It's a fruit, and I'm trying.
I get a pear if you're looking at the fruit. I get that
Pears.
pear. And it's kind of, I'm not a big beer person, but kind of when we drink whiskeys or bourbons that have that IPA hint to it, I get that on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pear.
Certainly
apricot
pear.
type, yeah.
Now the malt, the single malt, comes in a finish.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like a medium finish. What you guys think?
I think it's medium.
It's sticking around.
Definitely not giving
long.
me long finish. It's definitely the good thing I would say, because I'm not really a Scotch fan. It's not giving me that lasting peaty taste of the Scotch. When you taste it, you're like, oh God.
Shout out to one of the friends of the program, Steve Williams. My guy Steve always says he don't know a lot about, what we talk about with the technical aspect. He just know good and bad. I'm gonna give this one to him. This is just good. Like, take all the technical out. This is just good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And
I
it's
would
not
say,
a burn to it at all.
Yeah, this is really
I can
good.
definitely appreciate this.
I think on my second go round, my second sniff, I'm getting like apples. Almost like apple juice.
I want to say bananas as well. It's kind of a faint banana.
It's marshmallow, maybe.
Oh yeah, you got it.
It's got a little smokiness in there. A little smokiness in there.
Yeah, something smoky toast.
Marshmallow on the end, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second go around. And it's pretty fantastic for 88 as well. 88 proof.
Yeah, definitely for 88. It's a smooth, nice finish for 88.
Yeah, it's cool for 88. I honestly probably would put ice to it though.
Really?
I probably would put ice cube in it.
I think this is pretty good as
I'm
is.
Yeah,
It's not bad
yeah.
like this, but
I'm gonna keep it.
I think the ice might take something away.
I'll keep
Yeah.
it.
it might. But it doesn't give me like a. It's not giving me a kick like a burn. It's giving me this is a subtle.
Now here's a question for you though, is for all of y'all. Is this a must-have on your bar?
No.
What was the price
Not for
on
me.
this?
Not
Because I know the price point, I'm gonna say no. It was pretty much $80.
Ooh.
I
Yes.
wouldn't for 80. I would not. 60, maybe 50, probably.
So the
Wow.
price was 80.
Correct.
Okay.
That was retail.
okay. That was retail.
I've been seeing it.
So would you
I've been
say?
seeing it for more than
So
that.
would you say
so
that
far.
that 80 is based on the fact of the hype that is not around, that is not going to be around forever?
Yeah, I think it's the hype again. Like I said, because it's their first. This is their first official High West distillery,
Mhm.
Park City. I don't have any affiliation with MGP.
Mhm.
This is our
And
stuff.
this is how much? 80 what proof?
This is 88. 88.
But on a scale of 1 to 5, it's not bad.
No,
I really,
I love
it's
it.
something that I would drink
Yeah, I
again.
love it.
It's not.
It's
certainly
typical High
not
West
bad.
to me. It's typical High West to me.
But
I like it.
There's comparable things that you can find that are way cheaper than this stuff. So
Yeah, $80. Yeah,
Yeah, I can agree
like
with
you
that.
would get this because you want to support High West. And
That's separates.
No, that's
Yeah.
fair. Hope. That's a fair point.
separates.
I
Yeah,
just want to support, just
Yeah.
like us buying Sagamore. Yeah, it's a hometown thing. So
well, no, Sagamore makes good juice.
I mean, this is true,
Yeah,
but I'm
Yeah.
saying like
and I'll pay 80.
it's always that.
Yeah,
I'll pay 80 for Sagamore.
Sag
no
makes
question.
some good
Shout out to
juice.
Sagamore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll pay 80 for Sagamore.
Yeah, but yeah, so if that's not a must-have in my book, and I would probably give that like a 2.5.
Ooh.
3.
Ouch.
On a
Like
scale of
3,
what?
1 to 5.
Ouch.
So enforce a scale of 1 to 5. What you giving it?
I'm gonna give it a little more respect than that. I'm gonna give it.
Charlie
I'll give it a 3.
Charlie came
I
through
said
and
a
knocked
2.5 to a 3.
But you started
Same
off
thing.
with the 2.5.
All right, 2.75.
I give it a 3, man. I appreciate it. I give it a 3.
Okay.
I'm actually go. I'm gonna be difficult and go 3.25.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Okay, folks.
Good answer.
So, as you see, this new High West, well, it's probably not as new now, but it's made on the East Coast, but the High West High Country, single malt, straight out the High West Distillery.
Yes.
For most of us, it's not really a must-have, but it is pretty good. It's not bad.
Price
So,
point scares you off.
Price
That's
point.
my only
Yeah.
price point.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I totally agree. I think it's a wonderful drink, but I think the price point definitely takes away from it.
So with that being said, this is another episode Whiskey Chasers Podcast.
Right.
As we always say in Whiskey Chaser fashion, peace, love, and bourbon.
Cheers.
Cheers, good people.